to SourceFedNERD. I'm Whitney and this is Sam. Are you ready to sink your teeth into some good old-fashioned sci-fi escapism? I sure am. So the first trailer for Valerian dropping today came at just the right time. Take me to space.
Please. If you haven't heard of this movie, hold on to your butts. Because this is the most important sci-fi film you'll ever see. Does that sound dramatic?
Yes.
Does that make it untrue?
No. Did you guys like The Fifth Element?
Yeah, you did.
Well, let's just gloss over Lucy for a second because Valerian looks like it could really be the spiritual successor to The Fifth Element. It's got a massive, ultra-rad looking sci-fi world and seems wacky enough that it could possibly come close to looking like Fifth Element.
Nothing ever will. Actually, these two films have a lot in common, but more on that soon. Also, it kind of looks like Jupiter Ascending and Cloud Atlas, but come on, guys, this movie will not be those, all right? It'll be better.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm super pumped, and beyond that, it's not going to be just another sci-fi movie when you look at the source material. I don't expect anyone to have read the original comic Valerian and Laureline because it was this French comic strip from the 60s and is still relatively niche, but actually, a lot of sci-fi stories you may have heard of drew a lot of inspiration from the series.
Yeah, there was this little indie movie you might have heard of called Star Wars that actually borrowed a lot from Valerian and Laureline. When you look at some of the frames from the movie next to panels from the comic, you can see that there's definitely a lot of similarities in the visual cues. Also, this hasn't been confirmed by Brian K. Vaughan, but Saga definitely looks like it was inspired at least a little by Valerian and Laureline.
Yeah, I love Saga.
It's good.
I love Saga.
It's a good one.
I love it. Normally the comic explores time travel, but this movie seems to focus more on the space exploration side of the comic. This City of a Thousand Planets Alpha is a pretty fantastic set piece. Imagine hundreds of civilizations coming together to build a perfect society, or the best they can, inside an ever-expanding megacity. You got robots, giant fish, alien warriors, Rihanna, magical guns that make floors, tubes.
Tubes?
Everyone's favorite sci-fi concept, tubes. Now our two characters, Valerian and Laureline, are basically intergalactic cops out to save the human race. Have you heard that story before?
Yes.
Well, those stories had people with guns that make floors appear out of nowhere.
Oh, sure haven't.
Exactly. But in all seriousness, this graphic novel is the foundation of basically every sci-fi property that you know and love. But there are some stories that Star Wars or Star Trek could never do that are epic to a level that you couldn't fathom. Those are the stories that we're getting in Valerian.
Hopefully.
Optimism.
Oof. To close it out, we want to point out some of the fun Easter eggs that caught our eye in this trailer.
Right off the bat, the song, Because by the Beatles. Shockingly, it's difficult to get Beatles songs in your movies or trailers. Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr had to sign off on this song being in this trailer, which I take to mean that both of these talented boys are intrigued by this movie enough to let their song be a part of it.
If they likes it, Whitney will likes it.
And the Sansa likes it.
Next, we are then shown cityscapes and shots of a cluttered futuristic utopia that is reminiscent of The Fifth Element, which is because The Fifth Element took most of its aesthetic from this universe. Valerian's creator Jean-Claude Mézières collaborated with Luc Besson on Fifth Element and was pitching this film all the way back into the 90s. I'm glad that we waited for this technology to catch up.
Agreed. Then we see Valerian
Dane Dehaan
and Laureline
Cara Delevingne
on some sort of magical shimmering beach, which could be an illusion. In the story of Valerian, most of Earth's population spends their time in a virtual world where they can live happily ever after, if you can call it that.
San Junipero, am I right? And we see their budding love affair, or more so Valerian's infatuation with Laureline and her shutting him down. Yeah, shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Also, Rihanna putting on some magical shifting outfit, pulling a little Mystique, possibly. I really hope that she's one of the good guys.
What's the biggest takeaway? In the future, everyone has big-ass eyebrows.
Amen. What are you most excited for this movie?
This movie, if done right, will capture everything I love about sci-fi. I can see it being a super fun space opera with just the right amount of weirdness. Just a little kiss of weirdness. Maybe more than that. Also, I wouldn't mind people being exposed to both international and vintage comics. There's some really great stuff out there that just doesn't get talked about very much.
Agreed. I feel like the youth of today need to be exposed to a sci-fi world that is never-ending. Kids fell in love with Guardians of the Galaxy's universe, and Star Wars universe, and Star Trek's universe. Now, take that and times all those by 100. This Valerian universe is diverse, ever-expanding, and always changing. Get ready for a very special movie come July 21st, 2017.
Very special, very special. What are your thoughts on this trailer? We already asked a few of you on Twitter, but comment down below and talk to each other.
Before you do that, though, you should go check out Through the Wormhole on Science Go. Check out the link in the description to learn more, or just download the Science Go app for free in your app store. And while you're at it, check out George R.R. Martin vs. J.K. Rowling over on Nuclear Family.
Oh, it's a good one.
Good one.
Be sure to like this video, subscribe to SourceFedNERD, and share this video. I'm Whitney.
And I'm Sam, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Really, we're gonna get a good high five. Here it comes.
Let's go to space.
Oh, lobster pussies! Have we really gone ahead 4 years?
Has it been 4 years?
Now that you're here, I want to take your virginity on camera.
Yeah, I know how taking someone's virginity works, but